The Singapore Police Force's Anti-Scam Centre has recovered more than $21 million in its first year of operations. Now, that's more than 40% of the total amount scammed. Stakeholders like banks and online marketplaces work with the centre to foil scam operations and help recover victims' losses. Caroline Roll with more.
This is the Singapore Police Force's Nerve Centre for investigating scam-related crimes in Singapore. The 8-man anti-scam team was set up last June, but already it has received more than 8,500 reports, froze more than 6,100 bank accounts, and recovered more than $21 million, money that would have been pocketed by scammers. The biggest single recovery came in March this year. A French pharmaceutical firm transferred more than $10 million to a local bank for a shipment of surgical masks and sanitizers. But when the items did not arrive and the supply went missing, the police were alerted. They acted swiftly and over $6.4 million was recovered on the day the fraud was committed. Several banks were implicated. UOB alone managed to recover $5.3 million. The bank says this was a result of acting swiftly and tracing the funds almost instantly. Previously, the process took almost 2 months.
I received information from the police. It was on a Saturday morning. I quickly get my team together, and look at the bank accounts from our system, and immediately froze all those accounts in the bank. And the next step is to trace the funds and quickly stop them before they leave the bank. And within about half an hour, we are able to recover the money.
The results reaffirm the close partnership between the police and our stakeholders, and that fighting scams is a community effort.
At the start of the pandemic, other e-commerce scams involving face masks and hand sanitizers also surfaced. Most of them took place on e-marketplace Carousell. The ASC worked with the platform to introduce mandatory escrow services for COVID-related items. This requires a neutral third party to be involved to ensure that the transaction is successfully completed. With more pay now transactions these days, ASC has also worked with the Association Banks of Singapore to shorten pay now screenings from 2 weeks to a few hours. More than 700 pay now screenings were done in the first half of this year.